Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Ken's Dumb Art Reviews. And I think it's episode 4. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Today we're looking at two paintings by a Belgian artist named Rene Magritte or something like that. Here's a picture of him here. And the first painting we're looking at is called Son of Man, and it's a painting of a man standing, on some kind of sea wall, and you've got the sea behind him. It could be one of the Great Lakes, or, I'm guessing it's the sea. It's a cloudy day, and he's got some kind of fruit in front of his face. I'm not sure what kind of fruit it is. I'm guessing by the shape of the leaf that it's an apple, but it may also be a pear. I don't really have any background in horticulture or anything like that. So we'll look at the painting, and, he's got a hat on. You can kind of see his eyes peeking out there behind the piece of fruit. He's got kind of his ears a little clipped off on this side. Nice. His tie isn't quite center. It's a little off to the left side there. And his elbow here looks a little screwed up, and his bottom button isn't done up. I don't know if that's the particular style for this kind of coat. I don't know very much about fashion either, but the lines on this side of the jacket are pretty clear, but here they're a little, I know it's a painting, not a photograph, but it looks like this side of his jacket's almost out of focus. And, it's okay. It's kind of interesting. This is the other picture. It's called The Great War, of course, by the same artist. And when I heard that he was doing, he'd done a painting called The Great War, I got excited because I had just finished listening to an audiobook about the First World War. But actually, this painting isn't really that interesting at all. It's just a broad standing in front of a different seawall. It is a different seawall. The stones are different. And it's a nice day, nice weather, and that's a sun umbrella. Now, her style of clothing to me looks like it's much older than... these paintings I think came from the 1960s. At least this one did. And that kind of looks like what like a British banker or something would wear during the 1960s. But this one, this looks more like 1800s kind of clothing. So I have a hypothesis about these paintings. Now, if you look at this hat and this ear, it's kind of the same weird shape that Mr. Rene, his ears are kind of the same weird shape, and he's got the same kind of hat on. He's got, a white collar there. So I'm going to guess that this was him. It's but then again, this ear is kind of normal, but maybe it's just whatever. I'm going with it. This is him. I'm calling it right now. And this was probably because he was an older gentleman. He died. Like this is how old he was when he painted this picture. He died just a couple of years after finishing this picture. So I'm guessing this was a lady he had known in his youth. and they were maybe it's called the Great War. Kitty, be quiet. Hang on, my cat just got stuck on a chair here. He's okay now. Well, don't go in there then. Anyways, so this was a lady that he was in some kind of relationship with. It was probably a bad relationship, and that's why it's called the Great War. Total speculation. Don't care if I'm right or wrong. I like that story. That's what I'm going with. And how would I rate them? If the stonework was the same, and they kind of lined up, again, this is another set of paintings that I would, put in my bathroom. This would look great in my bathroom. The two next to each other. Kind of a shitty day. Here we got a nice day. Yeah, I mean, together, if the stonework had been the same as this one, I'd give them. Actually, I'd probably give them an 8 out of 10. I rather like them as a set, but because the stonework is different, they're not really a set. So we're gonna have to drop that down to a 6 out of 10. And because his elbow's a bit screwed up here and this is out of focus, I'm giving this one a 5 out of 10. This one will keep it 6 out of 10. That's a flower. I thought they were grapes at first, but I mean, this is a pretty low quality JPEG that I'm looking at. I just got it off of Google there. And someone was nice enough to put them together here in Photoshop. And, no, I think they're better on their own. They're definitely better on their own. But as a set, again, if the wall 8 out of 10, so we'll just give them as a pair a 5.5.